Hello there, this is Welsh ASMR 82. Hey, how you doing? So, whilst looking for something completely different, I stumbled across this on Amazon, the United States Atlas by National Geographic Kids, and I thought it looked amazing. So what I think we'll do is we'll just spend a couple of videos looking through all of the different pages. It's split into the different regions, so the Northeast, Southeast, Midwest, Southwest, the West, and the US territories. So, oh, and also there's this really interesting bit at the beginning, talking about natural hazards, the political map of the United States, including a timeline of the expansion out from the west, population centers, migration and immigration. This one's about energy, biomass, hydroelectric, solar, geothermal and wind. And then there's a entire double page spread on the national capital. So when I got the book and I had a look through it, I thought, shall I spend one video doing in like the Northeast, another one doing the Midwest, etc. And I thought, no, I think what I'll do is I'll just do random ones every video that I do using this book. That way you don't necessarily know if your state is going to be featured or not. So we'll start off with Connecticut, and we'll work through this page, don't double page spread, and we'll see how many I can get into a half-an-hour video. I really hope you enjoy this format, and let me know with a like and a comment that you want me to continue doing this as a series using this book. Okay, let's find out about Connecticut then, guys. Okay, there's some quick facts along the left-hand side, including the flag of Connecticut. The basics: statehood, January 9th, 1788. It was the 5th state in the Union. Total area is 5,543 square miles, or 14,000 square kilometers. That includes land and water. Land area is 4,842 square miles, or 12,542 square kilometers. Population of 3.5 million. Capital is Hartford, with a population of just 122,587. Largest city is Bridgeport, with a population of 144,000. Ethnic groups: 80% white, 11.9% African American, 4.8 Asian, 0.5 Native American, 16.1 Hispanic origin of any race. Foreign born 14%. Urban population 88%, and population density 737.8 per square mile. It says GeoWiz. The sperm whale, the state animal of Connecticut, has a brain larger than that of any other creature known to have lived on Earth. The first hamburgers in US history were served by Louis Lasson at his New Haven lunch wagon in 1895. The nuclear-powered USS Virginia, the first of a class of technologically advanced submarines, was built at Groton, home of the US Naval Submarine Base. Connecticut. As early as 1614, Dutch explorers founded trading posts along the coast of Connecticut. But the first permanent European settlements were established in 1635 by English Puritans from nearby Massachusetts. The laws established by the colony were an important model for the writing of the US Constitution in 1787, earning the state its nickname, the Constitution State. Even in colonial times, Connecticut was an important industrial centre, producing goods that competed with factories in England. Today, Connecticut industries make jet aircraft engines, helicopters, and nuclear submarines. The state is home to many international corporations. With headquarters of more than 100 insurance companies, Connecticut is often called the insurance state. Some nice pictures here. So leafy harvest. Tents protect shade tobacco. Leaves from the plants, which are grown on 2 farms in the Connecticut River Valley, are used for premium cigar wrappers. Mountain laurel robin. Bright city lights established as a fort in the early 1600s. Hartford was one of the earliest cities of colonial America. Today, this modern state capital is a centre of economic growth and cultural diversity. Yeah, I suppose compared to its neighbours, it doesn't have as high a population in all very, very large cities, does it? So here's Hartford, and then Bridgeport is down here. And being one of the original colonies, there are a heck of a lot of names of places in England, such as Greenwich, or Greenwich I suppose it's pronounced here, Westport, Stratford, Milford, that's in Wales actually. Then we've got Essex, Chesterfield, and Glastonbury, Manchester, Coventry. Absolutely loads. That's the Long Island Sound, so that's New York, Rhode Island's there, New York's there, so that's Long Island here, I assume. Global economy, percentage of total exports, 14.8 billion, 2017 data. So transportation equipment is their major export. Second, other. Third, machinery, then computer and electronics, then electrical equipment, and lastly, chemical products. Exporting manufactured goods, especially transportation equipment, to world markets is important to Connecticut's economy. And then there's a picture here, Yale against, is that say, Dukes? Can't tell. Lacrosse, which traces back to games played by eastern woodland tribes of the Northeast, is popular in schools and colleges. The men's team at Yale in New Haven won the 2018 NCAA National Championship. So I never know, is that Yale, the one and only red brick university, or is that a different one? Okay, I'm going to pick a random page. Ooh, Pennsylvania. Okay, so still in the Northeast, Pennsylvania. Flag there, basics, dated December 12th, 1787, on the second state. Interesting. Total area 46,000 square miles, land area 44,743 square miles. population 12.8 million. Capital is Harrisburg. I didn't know that. Population 49,229. Largest city, obviously Philadelphia. Population 1.5 million. Racial and ethnic groups, 82% white, 11.9% African American, 3.6 Asian, 0.4 Native American, and 7.3 Hispanic or origin of any race. 6.6% foreign born, 78% urban population, population density of 286.2 per square mile. Okay, some fun facts. The Martin Guitar Company in Nazareth has been handcrafting guitars for musicians all over the world since 1833. For more than a century, streets in Philadelphia have been transformed on New Year's Day for the annual Mummers Parade. I don't know what that is. Okay, so it says Pennsylvania, the 12th of England's 13 American colonies, was established in 1682 by Quaker William Penn and 360 settlers seeking religious freedom and fair government. The colony enjoyed abundant natural resources, dense woodlands, fertile soils, industrial minerals and water power. That soon attracted Germans, Scotch, Irish and other immigrants. Pennsylvania played a central role in the move for independence from Britain, and Philadelphia served as the new country's capital from 1790 to 1800. In the 19th century, Philadelphia in the east and Pittsburgh in the west became booming centers of industrial growth. Philadelphia produced ships, locomotives, and textiles, while the iron and steel industry fueled Pittsburgh's growth. Jobs in industry as well as agriculture attracted immigrants from around the world. Today, Pennsylvania's economy has shifted towards information technology, healthcare, financial services, and tourism. But coal and steel production continue to play a role in the state's economy. So is the Freedom Bell, or the Liberty Bell, excuse me. The Liberty Bell, cast in 1753 by Pennsylvania craftsmen, hangs in Philadelphia. Because of a crack, it is no longer rung. And the mountain laurel is the flower, and the ruffed grouse is the bird. So before... Oh, the mountain laurel was the bird and the robin. I thought it was a mountain laurel robin. Idiot. Making coins, what's this? The 1792 Coinage Act established the first US mint in Philadelphia. It is still one of the country's main coin-producing facilities. They have produced, according to 2018 data, 7.8 billion pennies. Rivertown, Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, one of the largest inland ports in the United States, was established in 1758, where the Monongahela and Allegheny rivers meet to form the Ohio River. Monongahela, Allegheny, they're difficult words. Once a booming steel town, Pittsburgh is now a center of finance, medicine, and education. Teamwork. Amish people in Lancaster County worked together to erect a barn. The Amish, who came to Pennsylvania in the early 1700s from Switzerland and Germany, live in traditional farming communities and shun modern technology. And then here's the map of Pennsylvania, which borders on New York, New Jersey, and Maryland, West Virginia, Ohio, and Neely on West Virginia, but I don't think it actually does touch it. There's a little strip of land there, look. And we got Philly down here, right on the border, with Delaware, in fact. Lots of interesting names of places like York, Columbia, but Lebanon as well. Sunbury, Bloomsburg, Hazeltown, Williamsport, and then, God, Punks, Satowanee, Indiana, Greensburg, and Pittsburgh is over there in the west. Washington, Penn Hills, Plum, Newcastle, Harrisburg is there. That's the state capital, Harrisburg on the river. Okay, where are we going next? Ooh, we're going to Arkansas. I know very little about Arkansas. Let's take a look at the map first. So we got Missouri above, Oklahoma to the west, Texas, southwest, Louisiana, Tennessee, and Mississippi. Dirty work. Hoping to find diamonds, a man hauls buckets of mud from the eroded surface of an ancient, gem-bearing volcanic pipe at Crater of Diamonds State Park. So we've got Little Rock there, it's the capital. Right in the centre, by the looks of it. Jacksonville, but not Florida Jacksonville. Russellville, Fort Smith, Ozark. Ah, okay. Boston Mountains, National Forest. The Ozark is there. Russellville, Hot Springs. Okay. It says Superstore, founded in 1962 in Bentonville, retail giant Walmart, with more than 5,300 stores nationwide, leads the country in annual revenue. Oh, it's an Arkansas native. And then we've got the apple blossom as the flower, and the mockingbird is the animal bird of the state. Bird watchers. Biologists and volunteers scan the treetops for a rare ivory-billed woodpecker in the White River National Wildlife Refuge. Established in 1935 along the White River near where it joins the Mississippi, the refuge provides a protected habitat for migratory birds. Okay, the basics. There's the flag of Arkansas. Statehood is the 25th state, June the 5th, 1836. Total area 53,000 square miles, land area 52,000 square miles, population 3 million. Capital Little Rock, population 197,881. But the largest is also Little Rock, with the same population obviously. 79% white, 15% African American, 1.6 Asian, 1% Native American, and 7.6 Hispanic. 4.7 foreign born. Urban population way lower than the others, 56%, and population density 57.9 per square mile, much lower. Fun facts. In 1924, Arkansas's Crater of Diamonds State Park yielded the largest natural diamond ever found in the United States, a 40.23 carat whopper named Uncle Sam. Stuttgart has been the site of the annual World Championship duck calling contest since 1936, when the winner received a hunting coat valued at $6.60. Today, the prize package is worth more than $15,000. Texarkana is divided by the Arkansas-Texas border. It has two governments, one for each state. There it is, Texarkana. Hold on, it says, a climber scales the the face of Mount Magazine, the highest point in Arkansas, where the Ozark and Ouachita Mountains make up the country's interior highlands. Ouachita means good hunting land in the language of the Caddo people. The land that is Arkansas was explored by the Spanish in 1541 and later by the French, but it came under US control with the Louisiana Purchase in 1803. Native Americans were pushed out as settlers arrived, and cotton fields spread across the fertile valleys of the Arkansas and Mississippi rivers. Arkansas became the 25th state in 1836, but joined the Confederacy in 1861. Following the war, Arkansas faced hard times, and many people moved away in search of jobs. Today, agriculture is still an important part of the economy. Rice has replaced cotton as the state's main crop, and poultry and grain production are also important. Natural gas in the northwestern part of the state and petroleum along the southern border with Louisiana are key mining products in Arkansas. The state is headquarters for Walmart, the world's largest retail chain, and tourism is growing as visitors are attracted to the natural beauty of the Ozark and Ouachita Mountains. We're going to look at the Mississippi next. Let's look again at the state political map first. And we've got quite a long state. We've got Jackson, Clinton, Pearl in the middle there. Up north we've got South Haven and Horn Lake, Tupelo. But it's down the bottom here on the coast that we've got Gulfport, Long Beach, St. Louis. What's that say? I can't read it in the dark. Pascagoula, maybe? Never heard of that before. Ocean Springs, Biloxi, I think is pronounced. So Jackson is the state capital. Fish farms. Raising catfish in large man-made ponds is the leading aquaculture industry in Mississippi and in the US. I've never eaten catfish. I wonder what it tastes like. Okay, Mississippi. MISSISSIPPI. Is that its flag? Basics. Statehood, 20th state in December 10th, 1817. Total area 48,432 square miles. Land area 46,923 square miles. Population 2.9 million. Capital is Jackson. Population 164,422, which is also its largest city. 59% white, 37% African American, 1.1 Asian, 0.6 Native American, and 3.2% Hispanic. Foreign born 2.3%. Urban population 49.4%. Population density much smaller than the others, 63.6 per square mile. Fun facts, the marine life oceanarium in Gulfport was almost completely destroyed by Hurricane Katrina in 2005. 8 of its 14 bottlenose dolphins were swept into the Gulf of Mexico by a 40-foot wave. These animals and 2 sea lions named Splash and Elliot were eventually rescued. Hooray! Others were not so lucky, you know. Greenville is the birthplace of Jim Henson, creator of Kermit the Frog, Miss Piggy, Big Bird, and other famous Sesame Street puppets. The mockingbird is the chosen bird of the state, and magnolia the flower. Big wheel turning. Now popular with tourists, paddle boats made the Mississippi River a major artery for trade and travel in the 19th century. It says gone fishing. Mississippi, $196 million in sales, according to data from 2017 in fishing. The Southeast, especially Mississippi, is the leading producer of pond-raised catfish. Mississippi also tops all other states in revenue from catfish sales. That's nearly 200 million on catfish sales. Alabama is second. Mississippi is named for the river that forms its western boundary. It's the river, its actual state border. The name comes from the Chippewa words Michizibí, meaning great river. Indeed, it is a great river, draining much of the interior United States and providing a trade artery to the world. Explored by the Spanish in 1540 and claimed by the French in 1699, the territory of Mississippi passed to the United States in 1783 and became the 20th state in 1817. For more than 100 years following statehood, Mississippi was the center of U.S. cotton production and trade. The fertile soils and mild climate of the Delta region in northwestern Mississippi provided a perfect environment for cotton, a crop that depended on slave labor. When the Civil War broke out, Mississippi joined the Confederacy. The war took a heavy toll on the state's economy. Today, poverty, especially in rural areas, is a major challenge for the state, where agriculture, including poultry, cotton, soybeans and rice, is still the base of the economy. Okay, I think I've got time for one more. We're going to do Midwest, South Dakota. Don't forget to give me a comment and ask me to choose your state next time. Okay, South Dakota, everyone. Some of the numbers here are going to be quite interesting, I think, for like population density and stuff. Okay, there's the flag. The basics. Statehood, November 2nd, 1884, the 40th state. Total area 77,000 square miles, land area 75.8 thousand square miles, population 882,000. Capital Pierre, population 13.9 thousand, 13,980. Largest city, however, is Sioux Falls, population 181,000 people. 84% white, 2% African American, 1.5 Asian, 9% Native American, and 3.8 Hispanic origin. So quite different to some of the other states we've looked at today. Foreign-born 3%, urban population 56%, and population density 11.6 per square mile. Thanks to captive breeding programs, the world's largest population of wild black-footed ferrets is thriving in a black-tailed prairie dog colony in south-central South Dakota. Sometimes known as the Shrine of Democracy, Mount Rushmore National Monument features the faces of 4 presidents: Washington, Jefferson, Lincoln, and Theodore Roosevelt. Curious as there when they were the 40th state to enter the Union, the pasque flower is the flower and the ring-necked pheasant is the bird. Honouring agriculture, the face of the Corn Palace in Mitchell is renewed each year using thousands of bushels of grain to create pictures depicting the role of agriculture in the state's history. Wow. After the discovery of Black Hills gold in 1874, prospectors poured in and established lawless mining towns such as Deadwood. Native Americans fought this invasion, but were defeated and statehood came in 1889. Today, South Dakota has several reservations, and 9% of the state's people are Native Americans. The Missouri River flows through the center of the state, creating 2 distinct regions. To the east, farmers grow corn and soybeans on the fertile, rolling prairie. To the west, where it is too dry for most crops, farmers grow wheat and graze cattle and sheep on the vast plains. In the southwest, the Black Hills, named for the dark coniferous trees blanketing their slopes, are still a rich source of gold. Millions of tourists visit the area to see Mount Rushmore and a giant sculpture of Lakota leader Crazy Horse, which has been in the works since 1948. Nearby, the fossil-rich Badlands, a region of eroded buttes and pinnacles, dominates the landscape. Let's look at the map. So North Dakota, obviously to the north. Then we've got Montana, Wyoming, Nebraska, Iowa, and Minnesota. We've got the river there, the Missouri. Pierre is just here, the capital, but much, much smaller. And then we've got the Indian Reservation of Pine Ridge here. Rosebud Indian Reservation there. Yankton Indian Reservation. The Standing Rock Indian Reservation, which goes into North Dakota as well. And the Cheyenne River Indian Reservation. Also the Lake Traverse, Seseton Indian Reservation. Sioux Falls, the largest city, is just over here. Carved in stone, begun in 1948, the Crazy Horse Memorial in the Black Hills honors the culture, tradition, and living heritage of Native Americans. In the background, sculptors are recreating the statue of the Lakota leader and his horse. Edible seeds. Total sunflower production in million pounds. So this is South Dakota is absolutely the highest, above North Dakota and then Colorado in a very low third. Sunflowers are an important source of seeds and edible oil, which is obtained by crushing the seeds of the flower. Right then, I hope you enjoyed. I very much did. I learned quite a lot of new things today, and I look forward to doing part 2. So do give me a like if you enjoyed. First and foremost, give me a comment if there's anything else interesting that can be mentioned. But thank you so much for watching, and